Welcome everyone to Study in Lithuania first session. Today we are going to host multiple universities for a session where we talk about the admission requirements about the university and basically why you should choose Lithuanian universities for specific reasons. So we have multiple universities now coming today, informing you about their USP about their individual university. So the first university of the day is Bmu University, and Ms. Zamantha from International Office is joining me for this session. Welcome, Zamantha, for this session, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dipinder.
So when we talk about, so today's session is about university and admission requirement, because I've made a lot of videos in the past on my YouTube channel as well about studying in Lithuania, where I have mentioned a lot of things about Lithuania. But most of the time, I get questions these days about which university should I focus on, right? This is the second stage now we talk about. Students know Lithuania now. Now the confusion comes is, should I go to VMU, Klaipėda, VGTU, or Vilnius University? And this is the reason why I would like to do a session. The first part of the session is about why I, as a student, should choose VMU and which target group of students are you looking for?
All right. Maybe can I share my screen, my presentation, so it will be much more visible for the applicants?
Absolutely, please.
All right. So probably you as a host, could help me with the presentation because I cannot share the screen. Okay, now I can share that, definitely. All right, that's great. All right. So can you see my screen?
Absolutely, I can see it.
Yeah, that's great. So first of all, good morning, everyone. It's early morning in Lithuania. It's 9 o'clock. So greetings from Lithuania. I would like to thank you very much for this possibility to introduce Vytautas Magnus University, or as we shortly call it, VMU. So thank you for joining this online event. And I would like you to share with all these perspective, why would you like to study with us and why would you choose Vytautas Magnus University? So as Dipinder told, we are in Lithuania in the northern part of Europe. So as you know, many facts about Lithuania already, I won't, use the time. So maybe it's important to say that we are located not in the capital city. We are located in the former capital of Lithuania. It's called Kaunas, and Kaunas is the second largest city in Lithuania. What is great about Kaunas? It's very green city. It's full of students, and in Kaunas we have many higher education institutions, a much bigger number than in the capital Vilnius. So really you can call, and always Kaunas is called the city of students. So as you see on the numbers, Lithuania is a relatively small country. It has almost 3 million people, but we have 40,000 students in Kaunas, and part of them are international, coming as a degree-seeking student, coming as an exchange, and they stay and study with us. What is great about Kaunas as well, that since 2022, this year is very unique because Kaunas is the European capital of culture. So many events, more than 1,000 events are happening in Kaunas since January. So, all this COVID situation gets better and, students and locals can attend all these beautiful events. Again, what is important for students is a cultural city. We have over 30 museums. And of course, what is important for students for networking and connecting, it's many various galleries, pubs and bars. Talking about campus of Vytautas Magnus University, we have two campuses. The biggest one is in Kaunas city, but as well we have campus in Vilnius, in the capital, and the campus consists of 9 faculties and 3 academies, right? It has also Innovative Studies Institute, Foreign Language Center Institute, Botanical Garden, cafeteria, amazing sports center that is newly established with all the sports facilities. the galleries, and of course, we do have also VMU psychological clinic. And we established that for our international students because, of course, during the COVID times and some difficulties, emotional and also within the studies, we offer free of charge psychological clinic and support of psychologists. Talking about the university itself, the history of university dates back to 1922. So basically this year is also amazing because we do celebrate the centennial of the university, 100th anniversary, right? So it's not newly established university, it's very old and rooted with great history and great perspective, So yes, the university was established in 1922. And during the Soviet times, unfortunately, it was closed, but it was reestablished in 1989 by Lithuanians abroad. And the model that the university took was the model based on the Harvard University liberal arts education, meaning that the students studying their major, let's say biology, right? They can also choose various courses and classes on their own and to add to their schedule. Again, studying the major, students can choose minor studies, right? And we basically, as the printer asked me to say why the university is different, from others, from Klaipėda, from VGTU, from Vilnius University, right? We are very liberal, but at the same time, very modern. And again, the strength of the university that the students can build their own schedules. There are many various courses that the students can choose from and have additional courses, additional language skills, very practical approach of the studies, and so on. It's also very important to mention that we are public university and we are second largest public university in Lithuania. Right? We have over 9,000 students and 15% of the students are international ones. So again, we are very international, we are globally oriented university. We offer not only bachelor or master's degree programs completely taught in English language, but also we have great partner universities from 77 countries around the globe. And the university is also very well ranked in the World University Rankings in the QS. So in 2021, we shared the place of 306 actually. So it's very good, good rankings. And yeah, we also have PhD, like the third level of education. And on the PhD level, we offer study programs in 24 fields. What else? Again, the very great variety of courses in English language and availability to study foreign language. So we offer our students to study from Chinese to Japanese to Spanish, French, and so on. So there is a great variety of possibilities. Well, basically, again, what we are different from others, but I believe everybody now tries to do that. We count every student, whatever he or she is she or he Lithuanian or international. We take very much take care of our international students. So what we offer, basically the university is student friendly, so the locals, the Lithuanian students also happy to study with international students in the same class. Teachers, professors are all also available with good English language. So in the beginning of each semester, we do offer orientation program with various events. So first of all, of course, to introduce university, why it's unique, how you should, manage within the campus and so on. We also do student counseling. Basically, every international student has its own international coordinator within our office, international cooperation department. So whatever problems, or issues or questions students have, they can always, refer and come to us and contact us, and we are available, to help them. We do offer accommodation to our international students. So basically, the students choose themselves whether they would like to live outside the campus or we would like to live in the accommodation of the campus. So we offer 3 dormitories for international students, 2 of them are located in Kaunas and 1 of them are located in Vilnius city. So within the admission procedure, when the students are accepted, they can apply for the dormitory and get the accommodation. We also offer various summer and winter courses like Lithuanian language, like cultural and so on. So we have a great project called Baltic Summer University. And as I mentioned, we have brand new, center of sports. So the sports facilities for international and local students are free of charge. So whenever we have a break, during their lectures or on the weekends or in the evenings, they can come to this sports center and make some sports. We believe that it's essential, for physical health, and also it helps for studying, so we do support and we encourage the students to make some sports. Of course, additionally, there are various students clubs, international and locals, for English language lovers, for literature, for let's say ornithology, for bird lovers and so on. So various different, on the dance ensembles, let's say debate club and so on. So again, the students are encouraged to join the clubs, or let's say if you have a great idea and would like, I don't know, to introduce, for example, Indian dance club and so on. So again, the university encourages the establishment of the clubs, and there are some projects, and even students can get some financial aid to establish their own kind of cultural club. We do have great buddy program called Mentor or Buddy, or whatever you want to call it. And the mentors are Lithuanian or international students who help international students before their arrival, before their studies, and of course during their studies. What does a mentor do basically, right? So if you accepted to the university, you can contact your mentor and ask for some help, for more information about what you are interested in, and again, the mentor helps when you arrive to navigate at the university in campus, help with some questions that you may have. We also have great Erasmus student network. We call it Erasmus. Erasmus is a great program that offers international and local students to go abroad for exchange for 1 semester, 1 year, on the study exchange, on the internship exchange, and so on. So there's also a network, that they organize various events, various voluntary projects, and so on. So we can definitely join them or also participate, in their activities. I know that it's very also important, the financial support for international students, right? So I will talk a little bit later about the fees of the university. Just I have to mention to you that the fees for local, for Lithuanian, and for international, no matter where you're coming from, are you coming from Germany or are you coming from India, the fees are all the same, for the all students, annual fees. So again, the scholarships, we have very great support system for our international student. So let's say there are some state scholarships of Lithuanian government that they offer for international students for particular countries. Unfortunately, India is not on the list. But again, as I mentioned, the university has scholarship possibilities. So there are 2 options. You can apply for the scholarship within your acceptance to the university, meaning that you will apply for the scholarship as a prospective VMU student, right? And as an Indian nationals, you can get let's say from 15 to 100% of your tuition fee for 1 study year, right? So it's a great support. And already being a student, let's say after that 1 year, you could apply for the scholarship as already being a student of Vytautas Magnus University. And again, you can get the tuition fee waiver of 15 or 100% of the annual year. So basically, you shall apply for the scholarship annually, like the applications are once in a year, right? So now basically let's talk about the autumn intake and the requirements and the deadlines, right? So we really encourage you to come to study at VMU. Here you see the pictures of our international students of last semester intake, right? Everybody is still with the mask, due to COVID situation, but you can see from the eyes that the students are happy and they are smiling. So basically, the applications for autumn intake 2022 are opened, and the deadlines for Indian applicants is July 1st. Like we say that for the applicants from the EU countries, and for non-EU EFTA countries with Lithuanian embassies. So in India, we do have Lithuanian embassy, we have visa centers, and the process of issuing visa is quite fast and it's quite great actually. So the deadline to apply to the university is July the 1st. That means that we shall receive all the application documents, let's say your high school certificates, the transcript of records, your bachelor degree diploma within the transcripts, and all the additional documents that we ask for the application. Talking about application, the system is quite good because the application is completely online. You don't have to send anything like hard copies by post or whatever, right? So the application is completely online. We use Dream Apply application system that most of the Lithuanian and European universities use. So basically what you have to do, you have to create an account, log into the Dream Apply Vytautas Magnus University application system, and attach required documents. So as I mentioned, the most of the required documents are like high school diploma, bachelor degree diploma, master's degree diploma, transcript of records, the passport, copy of passport, the curriculum vitae, your curriculum, what have you done in your life, within the education and like maybe work experience or another experiences that you have, the motivation letter. And within the application, all the applicants must pay €100 application fee that is non-refundable. And then you submit the application, we process and we assess your application. Very important requirement is also that we need to get within your application, let's say from your bachelor, let's say if you're applying for a master's degree study program, we need to receive the confirmation letter by email or even, by post from your former education institution, from the bachelor level, that they confirm that you were the student of this particular institution. And they also should send us the transcript of records within all your grades, the courses, and so on. This is also very important because we need that for the assessment of the documents to know that for sure you gained this diploma and you were the student of that particular institutions for that assessment procedure. Again, after we receive all the documents and the verification from your former university, we start the assessment procedure, and usually the assessment procedure, can long basically for 1 month, So I really encourage you to apply as soon as possible, not to wait until the last day, until the deadline, so that the process can be smoothly and you will get your answer whether you are accepted or not, like as early as possible. So you can move on with payments of the tuition fee, signing the study agreement, and then applying for the national D-type visa. So let's now.
Devante, I'm so sorry. I think I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I think I've got too many questions coming up, and we will be short with time. Can we now move to the program admission requirements? I have certain questions. I think I want to make it easier. So basically, thank you so much for all the information. I think we have got an overview of the university, and that was the whole objective of the session. The biggest challenges which students face is when they apply for Baltic countries, they don't know whether they qualify for which country. So I have seen a lot of students coming to me and saying, I applied in Lithuania and I got the admission refusal. Now, when we see a 3-year bachelor degree student applying in Lithuania, getting admission refusal, This is where we tell them that Lithuanian universities accept a 4-year bachelor degree for master students, right? And some universities, of course, have a pre-master program. We'll go into that later on. Now, it's very important for students to understand whether they qualify within your university or not. And I think we have 85 students right now joined with us. I just want to have a quick review on the programs, if you allow me. Can we just go through a quick understanding of which program, which kind of students you're looking at? So at the bachelor programs, you are accepting students who have a high school from India, which is 12 years of education, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So students, if you want to study bachelor degree, certain countries require 13 years of education like Germany, but in Lithuania, universities accept 12 years of education. So let's go with your first program, English, a bachelor degree in English, you have international politics. Which of these programs, I'll just consolidate the programs, which do not require mathematics? Students from any field can come and do the programs. So can you just name those programs in the bachelor level?
Basically on the fields, let's say on public administration, let's say economics, or, like informatics systems, multimedia and engineering technologies and so on, all these, we do require mathematics, so it's very important that the applicant on his 12th, high school diploma has mathematics itself, and the mark is quite high, because this is the main, subject that is counted on the admission score.
Okay.
Now, let's say if you are applying for English philology, so the average of all the subjects are counted, let's say on international politics and development studies, the students must have, mathematics or accounting, again, some historical, more on the human, on the humanitarian science. Let's say for music production and performing arts, right? We need to have additional curriculum, portfolios called, so that you are creating the music, and it's kind of, it's admission examination for you to additionally provide to us the curriculum, basically. So most of the programs basically require mathematics, except, all these arts and social sciences like humanitarian studies, like international politics and development studies.
Okay, great. So for bachelor students, you already cleared. IELTS is a requirement for admission, or if students have done the education in English language, the IELTS is waived off. Could you just explain that as well?
Basically, if you have IELTS or TOEFL or any other standardized test result, it's better to provide us with this kind of document, But again, as India is kind of, bilingual country, and most of the time the education is in English language, and, you can provide us the certificate from the school, if the school says that, yes, this kind of student had education in English language. So in this case, the international recognized English language certificate is not required. So we can be sure about that.
Great.
All right. But still, as for English language, take in mind that the studies are completely in English language, and it's higher education. So the English language proficiency has to be quite high, actually, right?
Absolutely. And I think this is what I want to emphasize on as well. That student, if IELTS is not required for admission or for the visa, that doesn't mean that if you have a poor English language, you should apply for admission or visa, because a lot of students get visa refusal also on the basis of the poor English communication skills. And this is one of the most important and the most common seen refusal from the embassy as well. So in every video I made or a webinar I do, I always mention student that, okay, if medium of instruction letter is required for the admission, but that means that you should also be able to justify it to the university in the admission interview, and also the embassy in the embassy interview. You already mentioned that. Great.
Yes, that's very true. And we do also have that interview that you're mentioning, so let's say if we receive the documents on the admission documents and we see like something is not very clear, we ask the applicants for an interview.
Absolutely. Great. So I think bachelor's, we understood that the MOI is required. The tuition fees is already on the screen. In INR, we are talking about somewhere around about 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees, Indian rupees for the tuition fee. So if any parent is looking at the budget size, so students, you have to understand, we are talking about quality education at affordable price. This is what I had been talking about since last so many years, that Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, the entire Baltic countries are, we cannot compare them with Canada, Australia, New Zealand, because of course that's a different set altogether. But if you want to study in a good university, a world rank university, in an affordable tuition fee, with the Erasmus exchange possibility, then Baltic countries are one of the best options you have in the Eastern and the Northern Europe. Can we just go on to the master's program as well, and then we can discuss? So as I just mentioned that the Lithuanian universities ask for a 4 years bachelor degree. Can we, do you also go follow the same pattern for 4 years bachelor's for the master's program?
Yes, we do, but again, there are some exceptions. Let's say Bachelor of Science, that is like 3 years of study program, right?
Yes.
It's also accepted, but it's really, depends on the study program, So let's say, for example, the first study program is very unique. It's joint degree study program with our partner universities in Sweden and in Germany. Basically, so in order to get admission to this multilingualism and sociolinguistic study program, you need to have a background of philology, of English philology. And for that particular study program, 4 years is required, right? Again, for applied English linguistics, you need to have a 4-year study program philological, right? Diplomas in International Relations is a very popular study program among Lithuanians and international students, and the demand is quite high. So we try to select the best candidates, So again, in this case, 3 years is accepted. Within some additional, within some additional requirements, the motivation has to be very strong because again, as I mentioned, the degree is quite, the degree program is quite, popular. Future media and journalism, for example, right? So the admission commission is asking for, again, additional portfolio, meaning that if you write some articles or you have your own blog, you have to provide, us. Let's say marketing and international commerce, again, Bachelor of Science is accepted, 3 years of study program. That's fine, like in business administration, international business and technology law, you have to have a degree of 4 years on law, so you have to be qualified to enter the study program. Again, molecular biology and biotechnology, so bachelor degree, Bachelor of Science is accepted, for 3 years as well. Organizational psychology, you have to have the bachelor on psychology, completely. And performing arts, again, it's like a portfolio and entrance examination, let's say from music academies and so on. So basically, most of the programs accepts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Administration of 3 years. But, again, when we assess the qualification, we see also everything, comes, with additional courses, the credits of courses and so on.
Great. So I think we've gone through all the bachelor's and master's program. Maybe we can switch off the slide now and then we can go on to the FAQ session. So we have got a lot of questions coming up. I've got 31 questions already here. Shall we start with the FAQ as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. I think you need to switch off the presentation. No, it's okay. Oh yeah, we have it. It's okay. That's fine. So one thing which students are asking, do you do your SKVC yourself or do you send this SKVC documents in the SKVC office?
All right. So basically, we gained the right to assess the qualification and the documents, in 2017. So basically, as the university being second public university, we had the right to assess the qualification documents. But of course, there are some cases that, like different regions, different countries, where sometimes the documents are not, it's unclear, So we also send the SKVC to get the recommendation. But most of the time, like Indian qualifications, we assess the documents ourselves. And as I mentioned, the procedure takes around like one month. But for qualification assessment, especially those who apply for the master's degree study programs, we require the verification, the confirmation from the former education institution. It means that the student have studied bachelor degree, to send us in the envelope the transcript of records and the confirmation that the student was studying in that particular university during that years. I can't hear you because you are muted, Deepinder.
Oh, sorry. Students who have joined us late, please note that SKVC is a verification process in which your document is sent to the local education ministry office called as SKVC office, where they check your document whether you qualify to study in Lithuania or not. For many years, this was done by the government office, but then in the last few years, few universities, very specific universities in Lithuania has been awarded the license or the powers to do this internally in their university international office. And this is why some universities will give you admission answer quickly, and some will say they are sending your document to SKVC office, and until and unless SKVC gives a clearance, you will not be able to hear anything on your admission. So this is two things you have to always understand. I get a lot of questions from people saying, my friend and I have applied directly same time, but he got his admission very quickly and I'm still waiting for the answer, which means that your university is not authorized to do SKVC in-house. Correct me, Samantha, if I said anything wrong.
No, everything is definitely clear and true. Basically, again, because all the applicants have to see, what kind of university they did, graduate from, right? Because some of the universities are private, some are public. All the universities that are graduated from, they have to be publicly recognized. They have to be recognized, let's say, in the local boards of India, right? The programs have to be recognized. So that's why this assessment is very, important. And of course, depending on individual cases, sometimes the process is like much, faster. Sometimes it's a little bit longer. Yeah.
True. So basically, students, if you're applying for master degree program in India, we have mostly 3 years of the bachelor's. So for master program, you need to have 3-year bachelor's and a 2 years master's also. So Samantha, student has a 3-year bachelor degree and he has done first year of his master's, which count to be a total 4 years of education, higher education. Can he apply for the master's program, or he has to come with 3 years bachelor's and 2-year master's only?
You mean 1 year of master's degree study program, right?
Yes, then they will become 4 years of higher education, which...
Yeah, that's okay, but again, it's very important to see in which field the student is applying, all these bachelor and master have to kind of, match to the study program that the student is applying.
Great. So my next question is coming from Dr. Ravneet Singh. Scope of after MBBS. If student has got medicine degree, a doctor degree, he's a qualified doctor, which kind of program he should apply for at the master's level? I can see he qualify with the number of years he qualify, but what can you offer something for doctors in the field of his human medicine or something else?
Unfortunately, we do not have, medicine, but we have very great Lithuanian University, Lithuanian of Health Sciences. So we always, refer to them, all these applicants, right? Yeah,
Dr. Ravneet, definitely Lithuanian University of Medical Sciences, LSMU, is another partner university with us, and we will be happy to help you with other programs they can offer. Just for all the applicants, all the viewers, that we will be sending you, we are doing a multiple sessions, today with 5 universities, and you will be getting all the information, which program, every program admission requirement by email by tomorrow, which means you can select the programs, whichever university you are choosing. Next come from Lakhvinder Singh. Is there any requirement for Ielts for offer letter? So Lakhvinder, we already mentioned that the Ielts is not required for the admission and for the offer letter, but yes, you need to have a medium. If you're studying from India, which I can see, you have to bring medium of instruction letter, MOI letter from your school or college that you have done education in English language. But please note that we require good English skills. This is most important. If you don't have good English skills, I will recommend all the students not to apply for any Lithuanian university. You rather take an English language course first in some other place and come back again, after you've done this. Next come from Suraj. Is Lithuania culinary arts courses? Do you have culinary arts courses available as well?
Can you come back again?
Do you have hospitality courses as well available?
Hospitality?
Yes.
No, unfortunately not, but I believe some of Lithuanian universities we do have.
Absolutely. So Suraj and Twinkle, in the hospitality sector, we have courses available in other universities, but not in VMU. But please attend the other session which we are having today, and you will see there are certain universities offering these courses, and also in masters and bachelor's both level we have. Likwinder is asking how long gap is acceptable in studies. So this is a very common question. If I'm a student of, let's say, 27 years of age, can I apply for a bachelor's degree? Am I eligible?
Yes and no. Actually, again, we do not see only on the gap. There's not that requirement that if you have gap of 10 years, you cannot apply. We assess the qualification, let's say, in complex, right? So basically, again, it depends on what did you do, during those years. Did you have any education? Did you study? Did you want to switch, let's say, the bachelor degree study program, right? Maybe you understood that your path is different, right? So again, if you had some education or you had like great work experience and so on, we assess the application in complex. So of course it's better not to have this kind of gap of 10 years, because in a way it seems like a little bit now we have to check, but still it doesn't mean that you cannot apply. But really it's really important, what have you done in those 10 years? Let's say if you have done nothing, so probably not, the application will be rejected.
And I think even if you give the application, if a student is 27, 28 years old, and he cannot prove himself, in the embassy, even if you give the admission, so student, I have a right-hand thumb rule. If you are under 25, you should apply for bachelor degree program in European Union. This is my experience with other universities and other countries. And if you're beyond 25, you should look at master's degree program up to 35. I think masters, you can still go for 30, 35, in 40, because you're a mature student, and we all know that if you have experience and you're going for masters in the late 30s, it's still acceptable. But for the bachelor's, I think below 25 is a safe side. Next come from Akhil, says, do you have master in logistics and supply chain?
Yes, we do have very great study program. It's called Business Logistics. It's on the master level. Yes, and the program is only 1.5 years basically, so it's very convenient because the program is quite intense, and it's quite short actually. It's 1.5 years, so you can save some time. And yeah, the program is in the faculty in the Academy of Agriculture Academy. It's very within the practical approach of studying.
Great. Akhil, this program is available in multiple places, but yes, I would highly recommend VMU for the program, because I know this program has been quite in demand in VMU. Siddharth is asking, master in agriculture sciences. Do you have something in agriculture science? In the
agriculture. In agriculture, unfortunately not. We are not offering this year. So basically, you see, this is the list what we offer for 2022 intake.
Right. But Siddharth, we can give you this program in other Lithuanian universities for sure. You can contact us. We can just listen to other webinars in the day, and you will see few universities offering these programs. Shashank is asking, I'm a master degree holder in civil engineering, but working in digital marketing for 4 years. Suggest me a digital marketing course for 1 or 2 years. So will you, do you have something in digital marketing?
In distance, not, because all of the student studies, are on campus. So students are invited to come to Lithuania physically.
Okay. So no, it means he means a digital marketing course. Do you have something in
digital? Sorry, I didn't get that. Yeah. Digital marketing, actually, we do have the program. It's called Marketing and International Commerce, but that comes to digital marketing, not that specifically,
Okay, so basically, Shashank, you can actually apply for other universities, and they have these courses in digital marketing, and they also accept students from the various field of the engineering and also from business. Shrishti is asking, I'm a master in psychology from India. I wish to know what is the qualification required to practice a counseling psychologist or clinical psychologist in Lithuania or Europe overall. And then she's saying, what is the procedure for licenses, basically? Shrishti, there's going to be a long discussion on this question, because it is related to license. And I actually have certain case studies where I have helped a lot of students for the psychology background. So every student has to have a different, every country have a different ruling, but let's understand. So Zamante, for psychology students, what will you suggest?
Basically, like for psychology students, you can apply for the master's degree study program. It's our organizational psychology, and it's quite a good study program. And of course, within the within the completion of a study program, you can get a license. We can stay for 1 year in Lithuania and, to try to search for a job. Again, what comes to Indian law and situation, I'm not very much aware. Maybe you can see that you have had some cases, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So come again. I just got the last line which you said.
No, I'm saying what comes to in Lithuania, you can get a license, but I'm telling about, like in India, I'm not sure, I'm not aware about the laws in India.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, basically, yeah, every I think the European psychologist license should work in all the EU countries, because this is what the framework is all about. If you are if you have a license as an architect, in any of the EU country, or a medicine doctor as well, it is you have a valid license for all the countries. So I think, but this is something which for psychology students, and doctor student, we always give a dedicated session. So Srishti, I'll be very happy to answer you this in detail. You can always write back to me directly. I'm going to write my my email address also in the chat window. Just give me a second. So I have written my email address on chat window. If anyone have a specific question you have, you can write to me directly as well, and I'll be happy to answer you in detail post the session. We have what are the criteria to be eligible for university scholarship as mentioned for an Indian student. So you have any scholarship criteria, please?
Yes, we do actually. So basically, in order to get accepted to Vytautas Magnus University, first criteria is definitely good marks, the good scores, your average Cgpa, right? So not lower than 60%. Concerning the scholarship, the requirement is, of course, the Cgpa not lower than 80%. So basically the score gets higher due to the scholarship like limited possibilities, but of course. And the motivation, just how you motivate and how you argument why would you need the scholarship, why the admission commission should give you the scholarship to you but not another student. So basically, yeah, good scores and again great motivation.
Great. There are certain questions which I can see coming up, but I know the answers to fasten the process because we are running late with the time. Next student is asking that can we apply for this June and July intake? And I'm in my last semester of bachelor's. Yes, of course you can apply as long as you can give us the provisional certificate of your education. You can apply for Lithuania. Please note that the bunch of document required, your last certificate, the passing certificate. So class 12 student, you need to have your 12th and your 12th mark sheet and certificate. And for master student, you need to have all the mark sheets, plus you need to have a minimum provisional certificate that you get from your college or university. I will just jump next one. Srishti is asking for PhD. Do you consider graduation and master's marks both, or is it only in the last attended degree? Do you offer PhD program as well, Samantha?
Yes, we do offer, but it's not our office that takes care of admission. Is the Department of Science, basically. So yeah, for PhD application and the bachelor and the master is counted.
Right. Srishti, as I mentioned, you will be. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions related to you specifically. You have my email now. I have another question coming. What is the acceptance rate? Do you have bachelor? So if some student have a bachelor degree from India and he has some backlogs, he has taken education not in 3 years but in 4 years. So he completed his degree in 4 years. Is this a problem? Will you be such kind of student will have an issue with the admission, or is it okay?
No, actually, it's not a huge problem. But again, we needed to understand what was the situation, was it some difficulties, academically, or some personal issues and so on, But no, as I mentioned, we assess and we see the complex.
Great. So students, if you see, backlog is a part of the entire education process. Not every student can pass their education in one go, and they sometimes take extra extra time to do this. They do retakes as well, and that's acceptable by all the universities across the globe, and specifically in European countries. I would say, as long as you have passed your education and with decent marks, and you have not taken too long, not like a 4-year bachelor degree done in 12 years, because some students do a 4-year bachelor in 12 years also. If that's not the case, I think we should have no problem with the admission criteria and you should be accepted. We have Shashank asking, I can't understand the question. Next, Lakwinder is asking, do I need to apostille my documents? Yes, you need to apostille your documents for the visa process, and that's what is done by our office here. We'll help you with that. Twinkle is asking, with or without IELTS, if required, what would be the band score? We already answered this question, Twinkle. Yeah, if you don't have the IELTS, no problem. You can apply with the medium of instruction English paper, which you get from your school or the college. Student, the former institution sent a confirmation mail on the application of the student. So basically, when you asked a student that you need a confirmation email of the application from their previous institute, you want that email to be sent to whom? So the My Home institution will be sending to you?
Yeah, but the student's home institution, former institution, we need to send the confirmation to us by email, directly from college to college, basically, right? And then we also need the envelope, the document sent, by post, not only by email, but also by post. So it applies for the Indian applicants on the applying to the master's level.
Great. I have Ms. Khushbu asking language requirement, please. We have already mentioned the language requirement. We have it's all English education, and we expect you to have good English skills. Sahil is asking minimum percentage of 12th high school for admission. So do you have minimum Cgpa he should have?
Yes, I already mentioned it's like 60%.
60% is the minimum you should have. If you have 50% marks, please do not apply in VMU. I will recommend you can move to other countries, because most of the universities in Lithuania are obliged to take students only with 60% marks. That's what the law says. That there are certain colleges, there are certain universities I'm aware of that they offer the admissions. Please note that this is out of the books, and we cannot comment on this part. We bachelor in artificial intelligence or computer science engineering. Do you offer that program in your university?
Yes, we do. We have very great new program. It's like I will show. Mathematics and its application, specialization, artificial intelligence mathematics.
Super.
So it's on the IT level, but the specialization is again mathematics. The focus is on mathematics.
Great. For the students who are looking at engineering program, IT programs, the next session which I'm going to do is on the I'll be doing with Vilnius Tech University. I will be putting the session link here for those students who are not signed up for the next sessions. After every session, I will be giving you the link for the next session. In next 10 minutes, we'll be starting with Vilnius Tech University about engineering programs. So let me put you the message here, just a second. So
basically, Vilnius Tech offers, many engineering programs. We do offer as well, not only of social sciences, linguistics, but also on the technological and life sciences. Let's say biology, technology, information systems, IT, and so on, like multimedia.
Yeah. So students, you have to understand if you put all the bachelors and all the programs together, you will see some universities are offering same common programs. So I'm going to give you a very unbiased advice that you should go and check the curriculum of every university and try to see whether you're getting what exactly you're looking for. Because the same name on the program doesn't mean this curriculum going to be same. So always you should go and do your check and then only apply for the university of your choice. So I have already mentioned the next session link of the Zoom webinar with Vilnius Tech University, which will be starting in 10 minutes. So students, if you're looking at engineering programs specifically and business, it's a purely engineering university offering 99% courses in engineering and just a few courses in business management and creative industries. Coming to the next question, we are talking about, we have Jatin asking, what are the job opportunities after studying from Lithuania? Yeah, I can answer you this one, Jatin. You have 1-year job seeker visa, which allow you to look for a job not only in Lithuania, but also in other part of the European Union. And there is a new ruling which has come up, and we're going to be discussing this also later on, that if you spend 5 years in Lithuania and you have a 5-year constant resident permit card without a breakage, that's a catch. If you don't have any breakage, you can apply for permanent residency also. Right? I have students who have done their education for 5 years and now they're applying for a permanent residency this year. So this is Lithuania is the only country in European Union at the moment offering this such opportunity for students. You finish your education and you apply for PR. So if you do a 4-year bachelor degree with the VMU, and you do a master degree with VMU for 2 years, or even the 1 year, you can say, you have 5 years completed in Lithuania, and as per the law today, I can't see in the future, you can apply for permanent residency as well. We can talk on, Kaya is asking, is there a chance to get 100% merit-based scholarship for bachelor degree?
Yes, but only for 1 year. It's not for the whole study period. It's only for 1 year, and then you have to reapply again,
Is there any separate application system for scholarship for the first year?
Yeah, it is actually. So first of all, the requirement is that you have to be admitted to the university. So in this case, you have to hold an offer letter, conditional acceptance or letter of acceptance, right? And within that acceptance letter, you may apply. It's a separate link. I will definitely share, the view, so you can share with the applicant. You need to apply again, for the scholarship. But the procedure is quite simple. Again, some motivation, and you have to add on the application system the offer letter. That's it.
Great. Mr. Farooq is asking, actually, I'm planning to study abroad. I did my 12th and I got 48% marks in 12th. Will I get admission in university? No, you will not get admission in any of the university in Lithuania. We can help you with the other countries where they accept 48% student, but not Lithuania, not Latvia, not Estonia. I can tell you right away. I took maths, physics, and chemistry in 12th. So you have the answer. Please send an email to me. I have written my email address on the chat window. You can also copy it from there. I'll write it one more time for you. Just send me an email that you're looking at, which program you're looking at, and I can do some shortlisting for you. We have 5 minutes more before we start the next session. We're going to pick up, can we know the person's criteria for bachelor and master? Khushbu, we have already done the session now. It's 60% marks you need. Gitu is asking, any tourism hospitality courses? No, Gitu, it's not available. We have, next student is asking, is there supply chain management? Yes, we have a logistic and supply chain management course. Please go to the section university website, and then you'll find the logistic course there. And you can come back to us once you are interested in the program. Visa success rate. For us as a company, it is 99% for this year. And for all the past years, we had been maintaining visa success rate from 90% to 99%. The reason is that we as a company, as a Study in Lithuania Center, do a thorough check on your documents. We check your living expenses. We make sure that you have those documents, not only admission letter, but you actually have those documents which are required for the visa purpose also. So students, if you have, if you're going to Lithuania, there is a separate session I'm doing for visa requirement in Lithuania. Please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe our channel, and from there you can get all this information on the visa. I have another question coming from student. I have completed my 10th in 2007 and 12th in 2021. Is there any possibility for admission with the gap? No, you have passed your 12th in 2021, and which means I can see that you're in your 30s. So if you're 30 plus, you shouldn't apply for a bachelor degree program in Lithuania. You can apply for other countries where you can get the visa, but I can surely say Lithuania will be near your rejection. We have Jatin asking, how can I get PR in Lithuania? Jatin, I've already answered the questions. We have Akhil asking, I'm looking for logistic course. My age is 36 and 12 years of experience. Want to enhance my education to get a better position. I think a 36-year-old student with a bachelor in logistics, he can apply for masters.
What's the gap?
Student is, he has 36 age and 12 years of experience, and he is looking for a master degree program in logistics.
Again, we see the complex. We need to see the application, basically.
Great. So students, you can see that most of your questions are answered, but then we have one more question. Varun is saying master degree in IT field with spouse and kids. So spouse visa and children are not, you will not be able to take them to Lithuania. So in Baltic countries, I would say if you're looking at taking your spouse and children, you should look at only Estonia, and that too only at the master's level, because Lithuania and Latvia, you will not be able to bring your spouse and kid with as a dependent. Zamanta, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're definitely right. So yes, basically we do as a university, we do mediate for the visa only for the student, because we ask the student to come to Lithuania to study with us, right? Unfortunately, the visa is not guaranteed for the spouse and the children.
Great. So it's already the time for the next session, and we'll be moving to the next session with the university. I know I am not able to answer all your questions, but promise you that I will be answering all your questions. We have got your questions. We know your email addresses. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start coming back to you and answer you all the questions which are left out, but understand we are short of time. And so students, if you're looking at engineering programs, Wellness Tech session is happening in next 5 minutes. Please move to the next session. I have already sent the link on the chat window. And thank you, Samantha. Thank you so much for the session and its valuable information. I'm sure a lot of students will have a lot of questions, and we have around about 20 more questions left out, but definitely we come back to the student with all the answers, and we'll be doing the session one more time next month.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Really, thank you for everybody for joining this beautiful online event. I really think that you enjoyed the presentation, and I would like to encourage you also, to contact us in case you have some additional questions, or the Pender and the Lithuanian Study Center in India. And again, you can follow us on Facebook. It's VMU International, and on the Instagram, the same VMU International. And here you see the link and the email address. So whatever questions you have, also you can contact me, definitely. So thank you really much, and greetings to India.
Thank you, Samantha. Thanks a lot.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.